Hey, ew, ew.
What is
Hello.
going on, everyone?
How you doing, sir, ma'am?
Doing
You
good. How
guys
y'all
doing
doing?
okay? Good. Welcome into We Don't Give a Flip podcast. If I could talk,
What up,
where
Krista?
reselling meets humor, and the flips never stop. My name is Bob. This is Amanda. We're joined by Gulf Coast Pickers, Ryan and Christine. Sean and Mel can't be with us tonight, but we do have a special guest today. Scot Kelley, the ChaChingKing, should be a really great show.
Our money button.
Should have brought the money. Failed.
Dang it.
Failed.
We do have a money button.
Dang it, Amanda's.
Cha-ching.
Every time he has a nugget.
What up, Coco?
Coco.
Hello, all you beautiful people.
I
Welcome
just
into
want
the
to shout out
show.
Drifting Thrifters, Krista, for always being here and modding and helping
Yeah.
us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, for
Give her
sure.
a follow on Whatnot.
I know I didn't think about that till now.
I'm sure she's everywhere under Drifting Thrifters on all the socials. Be sure to follow Krista. We appreciate you for modding.
Thank you for all the real MVPs that come here every week and listen to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Hey, we got Mary in the house. Hey, Mary, it's good to see you.
So
Looking forward to seeing you in Tennessee in a few weeks. So
what have you guys been up to this past week?
My Hurricanes whooped up on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, which was nice. Too bad Sean's not here.
yeah.
More
No-
about it.
Notre Dame or Notre Dame?
Notre Dame.
That's awesome. So how's your guys' week in reselling? What's going on?
We had an eBay sale yesterday.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
be able
that
to
was-
find it?
Little hat we got from
Yes.
Apex Jeff.
No, I'm not throwing shade. I'm just asking because I know the
Yeah,
struggle
no.
real.
No,
We
the
did
struggle
find
is
it.
real. We did find it. It was
It was
Jeff.
a Turok, the video game Turok.
Oh yeah. I remember that. That was from last reseller meetup, right? The first one. You brought those hats. if I
Yes.
recall?
I think you did, yeah.
Yeah, those were really great finds. I think you found some old dead stock, brand
Yep.
new.
Yep, they
Yeah.
were.
That's
Give
awesome.
us-
That game was awesome.
Four of them. We've sold all of them now.
I think 4. That
Yeah.
was the last
2 of each,
one.
I think.
Yeah,
So that was cool.
awesome. Well, how's Whatnot been going?
Steady. I was very shocked that my jelly cat did not sell Wednesday during the raid train,
Shock.
but it did sell this morning.
I'm shocked no one asked for Jelly
Yes,
Cat.
that was the most shocking thing was no one said any jelly cats.
I don't think they asked us either.
Yes, they did.
Did they?
We strategically are not showing our jelly cats.
Playing hard to get. That's not how you sell stuff.
Listen, when there's a squishmallow crisis, we're your bitches. I got a ton of them. Okay?
Yeah.
When jelly cats, you can't find them.
Yes.
I'm your hoe. I'm not. No. In all seriousness, though, nobody really asked for very much.
Yeah.
Like in that
It was
regard.
a weird night last night.
Huh?
It was kind of a weird off night, I felt.
Yeah.
I mean,
Some Wednesdays are absolute fire. It's hard to keep up. And then there's those that are, not so, the chat's kind of slow. They're not really responding,
Jeff,
etc. So
we
his
had
his
so
ear
we-
must have been itching.
So I will say, and these are just facts. This is not bragging. I will say, the last 5 weeks on y'all's raid train, whether it's Rocket City or Fiona Finds, it's honestly been really fire for us. So I'm not really sure if it's the time that we're on or if it's what we have. I mean, you all know that we have tons of stuff. I mean, it could be that. But last night we had 8 shipments and 4 people were new buyers. And you really can't count Lori. Not that I don't mean to count her, but she said she had to change her account. She was a new buyer for us, but she's obviously not a new buyer for y'all or us because she's been around. So when we do little people, we had like 15 new buyers last 2 weeks ago. We didn't do it last weekend. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if it's word of mouth, if it's just like lack of inventory from other people. I don't know.
Yeah.
could be the time of year too, because third to fourth quarter, this is the time people start getting a little bit more loose with the purse strings. So I'm sure that has a lot to do with it, perhaps.
I mean, I'm not complaining whatsoever. So, but I just don't understand the trend. You know what I mean? Because for so long it was.
Could be a
And
lot
then-
of the hard work that you often don't see because you don't often get to see the tree that you plant. So,
Right.
so all the stuff that you do every day on social media, putting in the time, listings, having a marketplace, making sure your shows are loaded, all the stuff, getting followers, and all the things that you need to do to be. Yeah, Sean and Mel couldn't make it tonight, Jeff, but yeah, just so you know, if you might have missed that part.
But I guess I will say, since I know we talked about it so much at length, but since inventory's done and I've been able to start taking pictures for loading, we've seen the other side of eBay and Etsy and all of that. Obviously, getting back into the algorithm and the swing of things. Even Macari, I said the last couple of weeks has been shit, but we sold 3 things on Macari in the last few days, which we were before. It was neck and neck with eBay, and then all of a sudden with these coupons they're putting in there now and the added fees, like, on all honestly, it's not even worth listing on it, but because we use Nifty and it's an option to list, and why not, right? So
yeah, I got an offer on Macari the day before yesterday, but I had sold it on eBay, I think. eBay wasn't there.
That's what's great about Nifty AI for us, is like it kind of controls that a little bit, and has the sell detection and things of that nature. So if you cross-platform seller,
I swear we are going to get a sponsorship from them. It is going to happen. I am putting it out there. It is going
Put
to
it out there. It'll happen. You got to put it in the universe.
Hey, listen, I put Bridget out there, episode 1, and it took 8 episodes to get Bridget.
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
Can you believe we're almost into double digits?
I mean, I'm just saying it. It was just a little plush, and she's here now. So, but anyways, and then I will say, Etsy. Etsy's was really good. We had like 8 sales on Etsy this past week, and it was insane. Like almost $500 in Etsy.
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah.
Our percentage in growth in Etsy, I was looking at the data, and it's like 400 or 500%. It's crazy.
Wrong one. 62 sales on Etsy since I started 4 months ago.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
I want commission 20%, Jeff. I'll see you tomorrow. Listen, I mean, I'm just saying, if you're going to use a cross-listing platform, or even if you're not and you have vintage and you love vintage, Etsy is definitely somewhere where you want to be plugging those pieces in. Our experience has been very good for us. I know that Ruth Ann has branched into Etsy, and she's also doing fairly well. She's just getting started. So, I mean, if you have the inventory, you definitely should give it a try. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're not going to sell anything? Well,
eBay will always be my first love, I think, for me. And speaking of eBay and first loves, let's bring him in. Scot Kelley. ChaChingKing.
What's up, Scotty? Too hotty. Oh, he's muted. Hold on, I muted him.
He muted.
Sorry, Scott, he was muted.
I'm used to it. I said I think I'm on the wrong show.
Welcome in. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah. Still upright, so we'll take it.
Yeah, I know that you were struggling this summer with some health concerns. You feeling good?
I mean, I'm improving. So I got pretty sick. So
yeah, I saw that.
Stomach ulcers that were bleeding and trying to kill me, and 8 days in the hospital. It just takes a while for your hemoglobin, your red blood cell count to come back up. So
yeah,
it leaves you kind of tired.
Well, you look good.
Of course. I mean,
I
mean, he's obviously doing good. His zingers before the show were pretty, I mean, I may have
he's just
met
like
my match.
He's like superior genetics, Bob.
I may have met my match. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens in this next hour. So
that's funny.
Well, she's not my match because you can just barely hear her. So, like, if she says anything really good, I can just pretend like I didn't hear it.
There it is.
Well, I know someone who sells hearing aids, so.
See? Like I didn't hear that.
What was that? Oh my god. So Scott, we're gonna talk about eBay, I think.
All right.
Before we do that, let's go ahead and get started on like how you started reselling.
How I started reselling, or how I started on eBay, because that's two different things. The first thing I ever resold was chewing gum. I've told the story a bunch of times. We grew up pretty poor, and in junior high, I went to the store one day before school started and bought a bunch of bubble gum instead of saving my money for lunch. But in junior high, if you had chewing gum and the kids found out, I sold it all. And no joke, that's the last time in my life I was broke. And then I was going to the store every day and then stocking up. And and then I sold chewing gum all the way through junior high. And in high school, I started selling like assignments, like papers for people, writing papers, stuff like that. But I got on eBay in 99. And originally I was just selling lumber. I have a lumber mill had, and sold tools and bought tools and sold lumber and stuff like that. And once my wife got involved, then I was selling like wiglets and just a bunch of other stuff. My life as I knew it was over.
So reselling also, that's not all you've done in your life. You've had a career before.
Yeah.
You retired. No, you retired.
Right.
Spoiler alert, everybody's retired.
Yeah.
how
I finished. It took me a long time to finish my undergraduate because I graduated high school in 84 and didn't finish my undergraduate until 91. And I taught elementary school and then was an elementary principal. And the last 12 years of my career, I was a superintendent. But even that, I retired 7 years ago. So like it goes quick.
Yeah.
It sure does.
Awesome.
So we have pretty similar backgrounds. I was listening to your background story on the Nashville Flippers. No, I wasn't a teacher. I feel like I'm one every day sometimes at work. But anyways. So we've had some pretty rough childhoods, sounds like you and I. And part of the reason why I am who I am today is because of that. And I started much like you, where I bought stuff at a local convenience store and hustled and did that kind of thing when I was a child. So
he sold candy bars out of his backpack.
I did. That was before vending machines were a thing. I know.
Yeah.
Aging myself. But
sold for me, it was just bubble gum. Like that was,
yeah.
You only needed one product and you had to keep it put up for Mr. Annex so you didn't get it all confiscated. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So that resonated with me. And also I will self-admit I was living on the rock. I mentioned this in the pre-show that I was living on the rock and I didn't know who ChaChingKing was. So I will say that. I wish I did know sooner because I think it would have helped me quite a bit. A lot of the mistakes that we made early on could have been the mistakes that I made early on could have been avoided if I were to have seen these boys. She's on fire tonight, Scott. Good thing you can't hear her.
But I can still see her, so
Listen, when we first started this, I just went along for the ride, and now it's more like I'm driving the bus. So
over me, yes.
Oh
wow! Back up. When we first started eBay, it was just me selling enough lumber and things to support my woodworking, and it was never an intention at that point because I was in the middle of my career. It was never with the intention of doing it as a business. But as we got close to retirement, Melody, my wife, she was like really interested in it. And I remember because to replace her salary, she needed to make like $40 a day. And we were like, man, I just don't know. I don't even know if that's possible. And of course, all of you know that if you work at it, $40 a day, you blow right by that. And so she started before I did as far as treating it like a business. And then once I got home, then I'm all in, of course. But when I was superintendent, I didn't, most of my eBay then was trying to teach it to the kids because we live in a world, you don't have to be poor. You have to work. But man, eBay's like the great equalizer. It doesn't care, man, woman, old, young, black, white. It doesn't make any difference. Nobody even knows. You get on there and start selling stuff. And it, I mean, I'm a big believer in working from home. So that's the kind of the route we took. And now it's been terrific because, like I said, I had a health problem and, my mom is older and Melody's parents are older. And, you know how flexible the time is. You still have to work. Like, it doesn't mean you get all the time off, but you can decide when you work. And for us, that's been huge, super benefit.
Are you a good balancer of that?
Of
your
the time?
Yeah, because I'm not. So I always ask that.
No, you know what? No, I am really good at making sure Melody has time. So like I will do all of it. I get up at like today I got up at 4 and I'll go to bed at midnight. So I'll sleep 3 or 4 hours and I'll do everything. But the big slowdown for me isn't eBay, it's YouTube. Like I'm a slow editor and it takes me a long time to do a video. So
yeah, video editing is no joke.
I was going to bring.
What do y'all edit on?
I used to edit on DaVinci Resolve. I mean,
that's what I use, DaVinci Resolve.
Yeah, it's probably the best. So I just use the free version, and it's probably the best free version out there.
Yeah, I mean, I have the paid version. You know, the goal, of course, is that you would make enough money on YouTube where you could like get hair implants and all that kind of stuff, but it's not happening. I actually don't make much on YouTube. I would make more money overall if I quit YouTube and just work on eBay full time.
Right.
I would make much more. So
yeah, making money on YouTube is very difficult.
I was going to say your video editing and your setup are quite amazing. I was looking at the quality of your videos and I was super impressed.
Well, thank you.
With the editing, I can tell it takes time and effort to do that, and it's appreciated and it's not overlooked from the consumer, as I am your new consumer to you in your content. So I just want to say that for the record, Your Majesty. I mean, Scott.
I think one of the other slowdowns for me on YouTube is if you look at who my audience is, it's people that are just starting, and people that are just starting have a ton of questions. And I still answer every question, even for videos that are like 4 years old. I spend 2 to 3 hours a day answering questions.
Wow.
And, you know, because if somebody's really wanting to work and, you know, because there's a lot of people, even a couple $100 a month would make a huge difference in their life. And, you know, if you can help somebody get a measure of control back, that's really who the channel's for. And it's funny, you'll get, if you're on YouTube long, you'll get people that come through that are just ugly, you know, that like eBay's not a business or all that kind of stuff. And, but you know, for me, those people are all lightweights compared to being a superintendent. Like,
right.
Yeah.
I got this. Like, if we're going to throw down, I'm ready.
Nothing like a parent screaming in your face, right?
Well, and if you think about it, a parent has, so like if you take a look at YouTube, somebody may disagree and they think eBay isn't a business, which of course it is. But if they're myopic and they think that it isn't, they want to argue that. But as a superintendent, they dropped off the most valuable thing in the world at your doorstep.
Yeah,
And
that's
people are
right.
way more passionate about that than whether or not you should be shopping at a thrift store. Way more passionate.
Yeah.
So a lot of things are happening in the reselling world. You know, there's challenges. What do you think is the biggest takeaway for someone that's coming in new, that if they were to watch one video that you have, what would be that video for them, do you think?
You know, I think I don't remember the title of it. I've had several in this vein. The number one thing that holds people back isn't trying to figure out how to do the platform. The biggest thing holding people back is themselves. Like they'll watch 100 videos, whereas if they listed one item, even if it failed and you got, you know, hosed on shipping or something like that, you'll learn more from making one listing than you will from watching 100 of my videos. So I would say the number one takeaway is get started. You know, pick a video and just start. Find something around the house that and do it, you know.
Yeah, I think you're only limited by the fact that your self-talk, being able to be positive in regards to your self-talk and be a champion for yourself. You realize nobody's coming to save you. I think it's important. If you think that, you know, this isn't a
they
Disney.
can't even find Penelope, so there's no point in me waiting on anybody. Help isn't coming.
Yeah.
We don't need to have a stoplight, so like there's no hope.
So the great state of Texas is what Scott's referring to. If you're not familiar with Penelope, or if you're listening instead of watching, we were talking about that a little bit about being in Texas and sourcing and things like that. I would say, if I would have to argue, I would say Texas is not a bad state to be in for sourcing. Obviously, what's your experience been with that?
I mean, I have so much inventory. I just there's a kid that I've taught how to do some of this, but he wants to do flea markets. I just loaded. He's got a 12-foot trailer. I filled it up twice, like to the ceiling in it, and I won't miss any of it. So I feel like there is stuff everywhere. If you sell clothes, like tons and tons and tons of it go into the landfills every year. And we kind of sell everything. If you sell everything, there's stuff everywhere. There's stuff everywhere. So the key isn't finding stuff. For me, the key is raising my average sell price, because I am never going to be the guy that lists 30 items in a day. That's just not going to happen. I'm going to list 5 to 10, try to have them be in that $50 to $100 price range, and then we make enough money. So that's our approach to it.
Was that always your approach?
Yeah. I from day one, we never focused on listing speed or anything, but I will throw this out as a caveat. I'm retired, so I have a retirement income.
Right.
I was a superintendent and I have a retirement income. So there is a floor to my income. And if I were 30 years old and just starting out, I would be listing like a madman. I would be, because you're trying to build wealth. And we don't have credit cards. We don't have a bunch of debt. We don't have, I could quit YouTube, eBay, all of it. I would have to change things because I take care of a lot of people. I make sure, my 100% support my mom and my in-laws. I help with them a lot. So I could change things up and not work anymore. But if anybody's trying to compare it, I can't compare my job to y'all or to you either. It really, every situation is unique. And, but I make the videos, and if somebody is at, when my channel didn't grow much at all until because I was trying to make videos I wanted. And then my channel started to grow when I started thinking, well, who am I making a video for? And I came up with like an avatar, like, here's the person, I'm going to make videos for that person. And it was a single parent, 2 kids, already working full time, and they're not quite making it. And they're looking for help and hope. Mm-hmm. And that's who I make videos for. And when I started making videos for that person, then I found more of an audience. And, but no, I haven't always, we've never chased numbers. There was one time, just because I wanted to see, I listed like 23 items one day, and it sucked. Like, I was like, I hate this. So I don't want to do that. Like,
yeah. Amanda did 32 today, I think, right? 32 listings. So
just today, more than I've ever done.
Yeah.
I mean, not cumulative.
Most I've ever done is around 32.
Yeah.
That's not the most
our goal was 10 a day when we used to do it.
Yeah.
And then like that weekend we would go pick, and then I'd make him a pile. This is what you would list, and that's.
So you're the boss?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Melody's not watching. So what I would say is she just does whatever I tell her. I know she won't see this.
Yeah, luckily for you, this channel is very small. We don't have a lot of subs.
Well, no, I'm saying that because she wouldn't watch me.
Oh, I see. Well, you got 2 things going for you now.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and say this. So let's pretend for a second. I don't know how you feel about this, but let's pretend you're 20 years old. You have $5,000 in your pocket, and the move is, you've heard about eBay. That's an option. But what is the move in general with everything that you know now, going back? Where would you start? Where would you start?
Keep in mind, I absolutely loved my career. I loved being in the classroom, and I liked being a superintendent. But, I spent most of my adult life going to school at night. So I would work all day, go to school at night. all the time, all the way up through the doctorate program. I have everything but the dissertation. And, or I could do eBay, which I also know really, really well. And 100%, I think I would do eBay. I like YouTube. What YouTube gives me is it gives me that feeling of teaching again, you know, that I'm actually helping somebody. But with $5,000, I mean, that would have made me a king way before ChaChing. That I didn't have $5,000.
All right, so let's change it then. $5.
$5, I do eBay.
eBay all day. Okay.
Yeah, 100%. I go find a. No, I do not have my doctorate. I want to make that really clear. I have a 1.0 at Texas A&M, but I did not write the dissertation. What happens with the dissertation? I was in Penelope. I was superintendent, and if you're going to finish the dissertation, you got to close your door, and just tell everybody to leave you alone for a few months. I'm not good at that, and because I also am the one. I was the go-to for the kids. If they had a problem, they would come see me, and I don't mean in trouble. Kids would come talk to me, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't close my door. And so I didn't. At some point, I was talking to Melody. I was like, I don't want to go anywhere else because you can make a lot more money with a doctorate. But I didn't care. like I have enough. So I don't chase the dollars. Maybe like I even should have, but I didn't.
Yeah, sometimes it's not really about money. It's about what you're passionate about. So what you care about, and if that's your circle. I was going to ask you this earlier, but do you keep your circle small, or is it like you try to encompass or try to
rock in a pond? Is
do you try to like make your circle bigger, or do you keep it small?
I think you have an inner circle and an outer circle. So my outer circle is huge. Like I say, this kid that I gave the couple of trailer loads of stuff to, he just showed up here. I haven't seen him in like 4 years, since because I 7 years, because I retired 7 years ago, and wanting to work, put him to work, got him hooked up. My inner circle, those people that I'm really close to, it's pretty small. I think it would be for most people, especially as you get older. I've had some friends for 30, 40 years, and we'll always be friends. But I don't know. I would say mine's pretty large because it doesn't. If they can tolerate me, we're friends. Like that's about that's about all there is to it.
We're learning that really quick. I'm just so,
you're learning tolerance.
Tolerance. I love what your message is on your YouTube channel for the new buyers in general. I was just watching a video. You had an Iron Maiden shirt on. I just want to talk a little bit about music real quick. I'm going to switch gears. It's not all about reselling here. We like to have fun too. Is that your go-to genre? I mean, or was that just a happenstance that I happened to see you in an Iron Maiden shirt?
that is not my go-to. My go-to would be like, I shouldn't even tell everybody this, but like Skid Row and the mid 80s hair bands. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. When I moved to Texas, I had hair like down here.
That's fantastic.
Nice.
We need those photos.
Would you believe, like, I don't have any photos of it. And like my car, I bought a
80s and 90s were great for that though.
I bought a
no evidence.
68 Falcon when I got to Texas because we'd been living in Minnesota. We ended up homeless again. That's how I wound up here. And I bought a 68 Falcon for $100, and it was like 99 too much. And I had a metal lawn chair for an interior because it didn't have an interior at all. So I bolted a metal lawn chair down, and that's what I was driving that when I met Melody. And I still remember I was rolling up the window one day and my hair got caught, in the window. And I thought, okay. And I went and cut all my hair off. And Melody was so mad. She was so mad, and it never grew back.
Ryan had long hair too.
Yeah. Oh no.
So I like but I like a lot of different music, but I definitely like Sebastian Bach, Skid Row, probably one of my favorite bands. But I liked other bands like The Church and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I'm guessing you like a nice music that actually they're playing instruments, right? So a lot
you
of
broke up on me
music,
a little bit.
I was just gonna say where they actually play instruments. They don't seldom do that anymore. So
yeah, it just I don't even hate the new stuff. I just don't listen to it.
Yeah, same. All right. Well, Scott, I want to ask you a few hard-hitting questions.
All right.
So, okay.
This is gonna be good.
This is boxers or briefs?
Boxer briefs.
Boxer.
Boxer.
That seems to be the answer. That's often told. Okay.
So Scott, how do you get most of your inventory?
It's right now it's been storage lockers because I've hit some massive licks on those, but a lot of it's private picks. So people call me and let me go pick their stuff. It's a girl I went to high school with, and this one is a heartbreaker. She contacted me on Facebook. Her and her husband live in Dallas, even though I went to high school in northern Minnesota. And she was telling me, hey, we buy and sell houses. She goes, do you still do the eBay thing? And I was like, yep, every day. And she said, oh, I wish I had thought about contacting you. They buy houses and fix them up and flip them. Well, sometimes they buy the house and everything is still in it. And she said, we just threw away a bunch of stuff. The guy had run a movie theater since the 30s.
Oh,
threw away all the posters. And she goes, do you want to look before we throw stuff away next time? And I was like, yes, I do. Like, so does everybody who knows me would go with me. Like, y'all are in Florida, right? You would drive from Florida, say, I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
So 3 or 4 times a year, she'll call me and say, hey, we got a house full of stuff. Do you want to go look? And I'll go up there and look around, and I pay them a fair price. They just, the deal with them, I told them, if I find guns or gold, I'll just give it to you. And everything else, I'll pay a fair price. And I think I do. I think I pay them a fair price. But think about how much it's worth when you get to go into a place that nobody has been in yet.
Oh, I love it.
Like, it's so much fun.
Yeah, it is.
The first house that they turned me on to, I drive up there, and house was full, and I didn't really understand. She wants me and her husband, they want me to take as much as I can because they pay per pound. But I was trying to be polite, not take a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But in an open shed in the back, I got 2 pair of coveralls from the 1930s.
Oh.
And they had the chain stitch embroidery, and one of them said Barney, and the other one said Ruth. And on the back, covered the whole back, the Fort Worth Motorcycle Club.
Wow.
That was slicker than butter on a bald monkey. And all of that stuff was gone in the trash. For sure, that would have gone in the trash.
Oh yeah, they've been gone forever.
So, but we've done pretty well buying storage lockers, and that's what the whole new channel is, all storage lockers.
How far out away from your town do you have to go to get storage lockers?
Usually at least an hour.
Okay.
We have to go up into the Dallas Fort Worth. Occasionally, you'll find one in Waco, but rarely. I say that I got a really good one there a few months ago. I mean, really good. Like, you guys are all sellers, so I buy this locker. I pay $1,000 because I could see a box like yay big, and I could see Lululemon on one of the packages at the top of this open box, and I could see a couple of other things in there. So I spent $1,000. When I get there, there were 80 of the. I've got one right here. Oh, okay. There were 80 of these.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
And then there were 300 pieces of new in the package Lululemon.
Wow.
So it was, and here's the best part. It was only like 2 different things. It was the Define jacket in a couple of sizes and the Align pants. And then there was a Star Wars Lego set with like 3,000 some pieces. And then there was a set of, do you know the brand Made In on cookware?
Yep.
There was a new unopened package. It sold for $500. I sold the Legos and the Made In that night. I spent $1,000. I got $900 back that night.
Wow.
Nice.
Holy cow.
Now, are you bidding these online and going
Yeah,
to get
eBay.
them?
Almost all of it. Now, not the Stanley mugs. You know what we did with those?
No, I
had
mean, are
them
you
listed.
finding the lockers online and you're bidding online?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You're really hard to hear, and I'm
Because he's hogging the microphone.
well. That plus me tuning you out, I think, is part of it.
It could very well be.
We use the storagetreasures.net, and then there's one called Locker Fox, and then one Bid 13. I thought you were asking about the Stanley mugs. Get this, though. When I listed the Stanley mugs on there, I got a thing like 3 days later said counterfeit, even though I have the receipt. This person had all the receipts in the locker too.
Oh,
There were
wow.
receipts with all of this stuff. I don't know what they were doing.
Huh.
And I don't know, but the mugs were only selling for like $30 a piece. So honestly, we've given away like maybe I've probably got 10, 15 left. I've given away about 70 of them. But I don't know if I would list Stanley as new. I think that's what it was. And I looked online and other people were saying that it was kind of like the OtterBox, like you can't list it on eBay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, could be that.
Could be. Well, because everything had the receipts. And, you know, the downside to buying lockers, at least for Melody and I, is that somebody had to lose the locker for you to get it.
Yeah.
And that kind of bothers us.
That's
Like,
her thing with it.
That's my thing.
yeah. And I think it's legit. Well, this guy, he went to jail for injury to a child. And so I was like, I don't feel bad anymore.
Yeah, definitely.
My stuff now. But we bought a locker that had maybe 2,000 pieces of new men's clothing. And it's one guy. It's his stuff. And he's got 2 more lockers. So instead of waiting for the auctions, I reached out to him. And I said, hey, I bought your locker. At this point, he's invited me to go up in October, and I'm going to buy his locker, let him get what he wants out of it, and I'll buy it that way. Then I don't have to feel bad, and he doesn't have to lose anything.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, we had Jack's Treasures on, and that's what I asked. I was like, have you ever had someone, you know, like when you were getting the stuff out, be like, please let me get some stuff?
I haven't had anybody ask, but I would 100% give it back. Like I just don't care about stuff that much. Y'all need to go. I don't know how many people are watching. Can you tell? Tell them to go watch my new channel. It's ChaChingKing Picking, and it's all storage lockers. But I recently got one, and you could tell right away the kid played. He was a lineman for Baylor football.
Nice.
There were like 7 jerseys and all this stuff. So I reach out to this kid. I mean, he's graduated, so he's a kid to me, but technically not. And I reached out to him, and I was like, hey, do you want any of this back? Because I have some stuff that's really, truly personal. I got his senior day football. Like, with his
Oh.
and I'm like, anything you want back, just let me know. And he was like, I'll get in contact with you. That's been over a month ago. And he posts on Instagram like every day, but he hadn't said anything.
Well,
So, but no, if somebody came back and they were like, man, I got to have that. Super.
yeah.
Let's figure out how to get it back to you. Like, I'm never going to run out of stuff. And I get tons of opportunities. You know, people know that I will be fair. And so they invite me to come look a lot of times. And,
It's fine.
you know, so.
What was your best find, Scott, in one of those?
Ooh.
That was my question, by the way.
I figured I'd ask it so you heard it.
Where do we get it?
I would ignore it. You know, it really depends. Like, it wouldn't be a money thing.
Right.
It's not about which one's made the most. I made a video and it said my favorite sales of all time. And that's the one you need to go watch, is because I made almost nothing on any of them. There are things that I found that I was able to get back to an original owner or do something cool with. So I found when I was still going to the bins, they knew me, and I go in one day and the guy's like, psst, psst, come here. And one of the guys that works there, he goes, something that I thought of you, and so I set it aside for you. And it was a leather bomber jacket with the painting on the back. And it was a girl putting her skivvies back on, and it said mission accomplished. And but it was spectacular. And so I bought it at the bins. I listed it for, it was a modern reproduction, but you could see the artist's name on it. His name was J.T. Foster. And so I listed it for like 800 or 1,000, somewhere in that range. And I got a message from this lady. She has a super cool jacket. She goes, let me tell you where the jacket comes from. She said, my dad was J.T. Foster.
Oh.
And there was a campaign back in the 90s that was called Save the Girls. And they were trying to save nose cone art from the World War II planes that were all being scrapped. and to save the artwork from all these planes that had been painted. And that's what this was. And evidently he had painted a nose cone too, a matching one.
Mhm.
And she said, love it. She goes, I can't afford it. She goes, we've been putting some stuff together, because they didn't have any of their dad's stuff at all. And they'd been slowly collecting some of it. But so I said, you send me an offer and I'll take it. She goes, we can't make a reasonable offer. I didn't say to send me a reasonable offer. I said, send me an offer. So, and they actually sent me an offer for more than I thought. It was her and her sister. They sent me an offer for $100, which of course, if you saw the jacket, you'd be like, that's ridiculously cheap. But of the 20 items in that sale, it's the only one I made money on. All of the others were things that I either took a loss on or broke even at best. But that one goes down as one of my favorites because it went back home.
Yeah.
And it's such a cool story. Such a cool story.
What are the odds of them coming back too?
Yeah.
I have one story like that we've done.
Yeah.
Some band called the Vibro Champs out of Minnesota, I think. I found their
Vibro Champs?
Vibro Champs, something like that. I found a poster that they did a show in Sarasota.
Do I have it?
You probably have it somewhere because it didn't sold. The lead singer wrote me on eBay and said, "Where did you find that?" I go, "Garage sale in Sarasota." He goes, "Oh wow." He said something about it. I don't remember, but yeah, he knew the show and everything, I guess. So that's the only time really anything like that's happened to us.
Yeah, we've had a bunch of them, and I think we're in a unique position as resellers to save things from the dump, from the landfill, and get them to people that can truly appreciate them.
Yep.
So have you ever found any interesting pieces of art other than like Art Deco stuff, like?
Oh yeah.
Just in general.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That the house that I told you that I was doing the private pick at, well, they eventually had an estate sale, and then at the end of the estate sale, I know the lady who was running the estate sale, and I bought the remnants of everything that was left in the house. And in the top of a closet, there were paintings. There were oil paintings on burlap, and it's I'm going to draw a blank on the guy's name. De Cerven, like Oscar de la Cerven or something like that. It's a Mexican artist, and they weren't worth a lot, like the $300 to $600 a piece. But they were super cool. Now I've had a lot of artwork. Like I'm sure I have artwork here. Like I like artwork. Like it's fun to sell if you find the right pieces.
Yeah.
If you you gotta know what you're doing too.
Yeah,
we have a buddy that does estate sales here, and he's always going to finding awesome artwork everywhere he goes.
Yeah. For your eBay store, you mentioned that you try to get an average sales price of a certain amount. How many do you have listed? Just curious. Is that something that you try to maintain? What's the number you try to chase there?
No, I don't chase a number at all.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No, not at all. I have like 350 listed.
Really?
And we try to do that, $3,000 to $5,000 a month. We have some months that are way more than that, but no, I'm not chasing numbers. Like I said, I'm not ever going to list 50 items unless something really bad happens. I could, you could just buckle down and just get after it, but I'm not going to. I sometimes I'm listing, I'll take my pictures, and I've got a pond on my property, and I'll go fishing for an hour. Like I'll just stop and go take a break.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
Ryan wants a pond.
I do.
I love it. I love having one.
What kind of fish do you have in there? Do you know?
I've got a lot of lag now. It's breaking up. Were you asking me something else?
I was just going to say, what kind of fish do you have in your pond?
I've got bass and bluegill, and that's most of it. I think there's a couple of channel cat hanging down in the bottom there somewhere. It's not big. It's a little tank. It's maybe 150 feet across, but it's deep. It's like 11, 12 feet deep.
Oh,
And so I've got bass in there that are 6-7 pounds, and I've got bluegill that are over a pound.
Dang.
So it's fun. Like you take a break and you go catch bluegill that are just massive. And
That's awesome.
But
Self-care is important.
we try to build eBay around our life and not build our life around eBay. You know,
Mm.
we have a certain amount of money that we want to make, you know, because like I really do take care of a lot of people. But it's if I was just going to be a slave to the grind, I'd go back to being a superintendent. You know, because I think today with my resume, I think you could make $250,000 relatively easily. But I don't know. I wouldn't get to, you know, spend time with Melody or our parents, and you know, life goes quick.
Oh yeah.
It does. It does.
Yeah, Ryan and Christine's son just entered into high school. Ours is about to graduate high school. He's in his senior year, so we're in that time of life where, you know, you start thinking about what's next. Obviously, retirement's always on the back of my mind. I'm older than Amanda, so trying to think of ways to try to leverage this reselling to work with that. So I'm always curious to know from someone, especially like you, that's retired, moved on to the next iteration of self. You know, what advice would you give, Bob, for that, trying to transition?
I think that I would, whatever you do, make sure it's deliberate so that you don't accidentally wind up doing stuff. When you're deliberate and you do things with a plan, I think your odds of winding up where you want to be are much greater when you had a goal in sight. So we knew we were going to list. We knew when I was going to retire. We have done other things along the way, like eBay, and I'm in that Amazon influencer program. I don't know if y'all know what that is or do that. But those things are supplementary to eBay. Is still the one that will make the most money with the effort that I put into it. And so I would just say be intentional about it.
That's good advice.
Say that all the time.
Yeah, we're very like-minded, it sounds like, in a lot of ways. I feel the same way about intention. What's your intention? A lot of times you can discern a lot of value from that.
100%.
Let's talk about the Amazon stuff. Like, I'm curious about that. The influencer. How did you get started with that? What's involved?
So I started because I was already doing the YouTube. I didn't ever plan on doing YouTube. I was doing Instagram just for fun. And Melody, my wife, wanted me to do YouTube. And I really resisted because I'm really, truly not good on camera. And I said, well, if I ever get to like 10,000, then I'll do YouTube. Because I didn't think I'd ever get 10,000 on Instagram. And that was a bunch of yahoos subscribed to me or followed me or whatever it's called. So I started making the YouTube videos. And there you have affiliate links. And I was watching a show, a live, kind of like this one time. And somebody mentioned this Amazon influencer program. And I thought, well, that's the affiliate marketing, right? And they were like, no. You make videos that go on Amazon. And I was like, I think I could do that. Like my wife has had my check forwarded to Amazon for like 15 years now. I don't ever even see it. You know, it goes straight to Jeff Bezos. So I thought I might as well try and get some of it back. And I applied with my YouTube channel. You have to be an influencer. And I was approved for the first step. The second step is you have to make 3 videos that are graded by a human to find out whether or not they think you make a good enough video. And I feel like I'm a decent editor at this point. And my first 3 videos got approved. And it doesn't make as much as it did when I first started. But, man, it's almost completely passive. There's no questions. I've got about 500 videos on there. And some of them are 30 seconds. And we make $1,500 to $2,500 a month.
Wow.
That's not bad.
That's not bad, especially when you consider, like, in 2025, I bet I haven't made 20 videos. Like,
That's really good.
Are they sending you items to review and make videos on?
Some of them do. I'm pretty picky about what I take because if you just do random stuff, you can get a lot of videos fast, but it's almost the same as listing on eBay. You could have 1,000 listings and nothing worth buying. And if you put out 1,000 videos on YouTube or on Amazon, but nobody watches it, you're not going to make anything. So I make sure that when I make a video, it's something that somebody would have a question about. And and then I try to answer the question in the video. So like we've done a whole bunch of adult diapers, taking care of elderly parents who have had a stroke. Like I know other people are going to have the same questions we had because we don't know. Like I have no idea. Like, and so we show them. We show like this is what they look like. This is what you're going to get. And so we make videos that answer questions for people. And I've never focused again. I'm not going to put out 50 videos a week or anything like that. We make videos we think will be helpful. My best videos on there are on my shop. I took the siding off of it and I used spray foam insulation to myself, like to do that. That video is done well. And I've got one that the company sent me some knee pads and I made the video. They paid me a lot to make the video.
Wow.
And then I would say $300 a month on commissions on just that one.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Affiliate market. That's not affiliate marketing.
No, it's not affiliate marketing would be like when you publish this and you're like, hey, if you want to buy a Scott's green t-shirt, here's the link on Amazon for that.
Got it.
On the Amazon influencer program, you can look me up on there. All you got to do is if you Google ChaChingKing Amazon, you can find my page. It has nothing to do with YouTube at this point. Like I don't put the links on my YouTube. They're not in there. The difference is with affiliate marketing, you're driving the traffic to Amazon. Whereas on Amazon, the traffic is already there. You need to get them to click on your video, and it needs to be helpful enough that they either decide that it's going to work for them or no, that's not what I want. So I think if you make honest videos, you're more likely to have people help or think that it'll help. But yeah, I get some cool stuff. Get this. There's a company called Teslong, and they make infrared cameras. And so they sent me a night vision video camera that was like $700 and some. And then they were like, but they sent me the wrong one. They're like, oh no, we'll just send you the other one too. And they said, do you mind making videos for both of them? I'm like, no. Like, they send me everything you guys make. And it was so cool. Not only did I get to play with infrared cameras, which are really, truly cool, they sold for like $500 a piece on eBay after I was done playing with them. So yeah, I've had some cool stuff.
Cool.
Heck
But
yeah.
you can sell the stuff that you get for free.
Yeah, and you don't have to buy it on Amazon in order to make a video. But like a lot of the adult incontinence products and wheelchairs and stuff like that we've done, I think I make a pretty good. Y'all can go watch them and you think whether or not the videos are helpful. I think they're helpful, and a lot of those companies will just reach out to me and say, if we send you a product, will you do it? Typically, I charge. Otherwise, I end up with a whole bunch of stuff that nobody's ever going to buy.
Yeah.
But if you get a company that's like a really good company, then I don't have to charge them because I'm going to make enough in commissions to cover it. We really should have focused more on Amazon because you can make a lot. Okay, see, Jeff probably has neighbors. I don't have neighbors. I'm going to watch the Demessel's cattle out in the field. Like
you can search for Bigfoot with them things.
Yeah.
I want you to find Bigfoot, Scott.
Yeah. There's a
I don't know
Bigfoot
if
request.
I'm lagging or you guys are lagging. It's probably me.
So we're wondering if you could have found Bigfoot with your infrared glasses.
Not in Penelope. He'd stick out like a sore thumb.
Tumbleweeds and jackrabbits.
But
That's
let me
what I
tell you
remember from Texas.
On the video I made for that thing, I told my son, who you think Melody doesn't talk to people. My son doesn't talk to anybody. I was like, all right, go out in the yard and stand behind that tree and then poke your head out. And so like we're in the middle of the night and it was like glowing hot. It is so cool. It is like however cool you think it would be to have, it's cooler than that.
That's awesome.
Like,
That's cool.
yeah, but we've had some neat stuff with that too. And here's the benefit. When you buy storage lockers, do you know how many people buy from Amazon? So like I'll buy a locker and if you wanted to, I bet you could do 100 products out of every single locker. And get this, if you decide to do that, when we go on and get an Airbnb somewhere, we pick one that we can tell was recently remodeled with Amazon stuff. so that when we get there,
Yeah.
like today I made last night I made like $70 on Amazon because a Senville mini split air conditioner sold, because I made a video for one.
It's crazy.
But when you get an Airbnb, if you're careful about what you get, you know, as long as you can have a legitimate experience with it and tell somebody. Normally what I do with those kind of things is I look to see how hard is it going to be to clean. So like the people that let me stay there, they get their air conditioner clean, they don't even know it. But I have something legitimate to share that if somebody's watching would be beneficial to them.
That's fantastic.
It is awesome.
Just goes to show you where there's a will, there's a way, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So with hard work and determination, you can pretty much the money will find you if your work ethic is of a standard, right?
Yeah. There's no free money. There's a lot of the people that want to try eBay think that that's what that's going to be, and you guys all know that if you're reselling, it's not free money. But if you're willing to work when other people aren't, then you can accomplish something. Because I've been really upfront with my audience and with the kids in school. And I was a throwaway kid. I had I don't know what all I said on the other show you watched, but my dad escaped from the Seagoville Federal Penitentiary, and he bought my mom from her parents, and we grew up. We're homeless most of my childhood, so just on the run. So if me can survive, I have high hopes for just about anybody.
Yeah, from survival to thrival. Is that a word? Thriving.
It is now.
It is now. I've coined it here. I've coined it. Here we are. You're welcome. I'll be here all week. I had some pretty similar situations as a child. I was raised by a Latin King gang member, 35 years of my life. He was in my life, and it was hard. In and out of prison, drugs, stuff like that. So we had nothing growing up, extremely poor. A lot of similar type of experiences, sounds like. But you know what? It's made me determined in who I am today, and I wouldn't change that. As hard as it is to think about that, I don't think I would have changed that, because it would have changed who I am now. Yeah, the trajectory of who I am.
100%.
I wanted to just say that. So I can appreciate where you're coming from. I have been homeless as well, so I know that feeling as well. You're not alone in that. And when you tell those stories in the reseller world, they don't go unheard. It's important to know that. And it's appreciated, the candor that you take in explaining where you've come from and where you are now and how you've gotten there and the process in between.
Well, I think it's important because a lot of people think because they have that, they can't amount to anything, or they don't have the same opportunities. But what you put out is what you get. Yeah,
your mindset, right? It's a mindset thing, I think, is really what it comes down to.
Some of it, I think, is trying to figure out what your gifts are. And, number one, I'm born in the United States, where if you're born into a certain social class, you're not required to stay there, And then there's other things that have to come into place. I was small, ugly, and poor. Like, for real. Like, it's funny to say it now, but I was. And so all of those things are harder. I was fairly smart, so I had that going for me. And I had really poor social skills. And that's something that I had to work on because, I grew up pretty angry. And but my social skills now are I'm not getting beat up. So, mainly because I work at home with Melody, and I'm pretty sure I could take her. Pretty sure. If not, I'll curl up in the fetal position and just take a whipping. But I think you got to identify what gifts you do have, and you got to quit worrying about what's fair, because that doesn't exist. Like, there is no fair. Like, it's not fair. Life isn't fair. And like you say, if you change it, my dad was an alcoholic, and his dad was an alcoholic. My sister struggled her whole life. My mom's dad was an alcoholic. So I just always assumed that I was an alcoholic. So I've never had a beer I've never had a single drink of alcohol
That's
because
awesome.
So it's not just identifying what your strengths are, but identifying potential weaknesses and not growing those, because they can. My dad was super smart. My dad was a smart guy, but just he could not run his demons, because they're with you wherever you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel that one.
Yeah, for sure. So Scott,
We're all married. We get it.
Some days.
Like I said, Melody will never see this.
how long have you been married, Scott?
Gosh, we got married in '89, so like 36 years in a row.
Wow. Secrets. What are the secrets? I don't want to say to success because it's work, right? But
I think that you still have to introduce her as your first wife, because that keeps her on her toes. And
what if she's your third?
Yeah. Amanda is his third.
I think maybe you should just be quiet.
Never gonna happen.
No,
Never gonna happen.
I think that marriage isn't always easy. And especially when we got married, we didn't have anything. Like, it was a struggle. I was still going to school, and life was tough. And she obviously didn't marry me for looks or money. It's just maybe desperation. I don't know. But I think it's just a matter of you decide to do the work it's going to take, and you stick it out, and you try to improve yourself. Like, I can't work on Melody, but I can work on me. And I'm much less angry than I was at 18 when we met. I'm not mad at everybody, and I'm not trying to prove anything to anybody anymore. And and she talks to me sometimes, so like everything has gotten better.
Sometimes.
Maybe it was the long, luxurious locks that you had in your younger days.
I don't know. No, that didn't hit at all. So, did you not hear the story about how we met?
I don't think so.
So, when I first got to Texas, I got a job managing Foot Action in the Temple Mall. And my friend moved here from Minnesota with me. And Steve is pretty. If you go look him up today, you'd be like, "Oh, that's an attractive guy. That Steve is pretty." And he worked at the mall too. And all the little teeny boppers would go walk past his store all day, just go look at him. And Melody was smarter than the other girls, because she couldn't talk to him because she can't talk to anybody. But she was like, you know what? He's got that homely friend that works down there at Foot Action. I can talk to that guy because he is not threatening. So she came down and she asked me out so that she could meet Steve.
Wow. Chess player.
I married her, showed her.
I'll show you.
No, I can't comment on the chat. It wouldn't let me log in. But no, I did not have a mullet. I accidentally had a rat tail once. Do y'all remember what those are?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like the long thing.
Yeah.
I went in and I used to get my hair cut at the beauty school, like where they're teaching the kids. And I told the girl I wanted like a ducktail, my
uncle has one.
Yeah, I liked the stray cats, and I was like, that seems like appropriate. And I left there, and I didn't know I had it. And finally, I cut that off. But I got my hair cut. I don't think the scar shows, but one of the girls cut about a 1/4 inch into my ear one time.
Oh
with
no!
her scissors, and that bled a lot. So I upgraded. The haircuts at the beauty school were $3. So that's where I get my haircut.
Yeah. Looks like you don't need too many haircuts now.
Wow.
I'm in the same boat. So
actually, if I don't get my haircut, do y'all know who the comedian Gallagher is?
Oh yeah.
I know what I would look like. So I like
Chrissy had a rat tail.
Chrissy, oh my god.
Chrissy had a rat tail? Oh,
and I can't shave my head because I did one time, and it turns out I also have an ugly head. And so, like, if you shave your head, it's like, whoa, you should grow some hair back. Like,
yeah. Hair is overrated. Someone that doesn't have any.
My hairline pretty much did this when I was like 19, and it's thinner now, but like I gave up my waves for beach a long time ago.
Well, Scott, I think that we're just about to the end of the podcast. I wanted to just say thank you for coming on and hanging out with us and doing this. We appreciate you so much. Is there anything you want to tell the people how they can find you on social media, what your new channel is about before you go today? I'd like to talk about that a bit.
Okay. It's pretty much ChaChingKing everywhere. The only difference between the new channel and the old one is I added picking to it. I had put some storage lockers on my regular channel, but it's not really the audience. So I put it on the storage locker channel, and it's a small channel. I think I'm at like 1,500 subscribers, give or take. And the videos get a few views. But I like doing the storage lockers. Like, it's truly fun.
How many are you doing now a year, do you think, your storage lockers?
I'm doing 3 or 4 a month. So
wow, that's pretty good. That's
Good.
yeah. It depends. There's like this week, man, there was a locker we wanted so bad. Like it at initial glance, it just looked terrible. Like everything was just thrown in it. But then I got to look and I thought, that's Burberry, and that's Prada, and all of the brands are like really high, and all you can see is this wall, but it's a 10 by 20 locker. And I think what happened is they were filling this locker up, and at the end they just stuffed everything in there. The lady was a doctor, so we wanted that one bad, and it got paid off like an hour before it closed. So this week I didn't get a locker because I don't want to buy one just to buy one. It needs to be when we buy lockers, the number one thing is that when you look in the locker, there needs to be signs of discretionary income. I don't want a locker full of just regular people stuff. I want like somebody who's wealthy or psychotic, or something that separates their stuff from like regular stuff.
Because they impulse buy all kinds of shit.
Yeah, you want those QVC lockers.
Well, like you see those over there, those sweatshirts.
Yeah,
like I bet that was like a $60,000 locker. It was an athletic store. They would print T-shirts and stuff that closed in like the late 80s. And so everything that was brand new. And so I had hoodies and sweatshirts and T-shirts from like the 1970s to the mid 80s.
I remember that. I remember you getting that. I remember all the pictures and the video you did on that or something. I remember that. That was
what I've been doing now, because I gave away a ton of it. But what I've been doing now is I have my merch printed on it.
Oh, cool.
And then when I go to an event or something, like I give it away.
Oh, that's good.
That is cool.
Wait, so that just brought up another question that I forgot I had. Do you do meetups at all, or?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to Josh had that FlipCon.
FlipCon. Yep.
I went to that twice, and then y'all know Kat, the nurse flipper.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. You need to watch Kat's show. Her Tuesday night show is actually really, really good. And Kat's the one who helped me get to 1,000 subscribers on my first channel. But she needed a speaker one time in Tennessee, and I was a speaker there. And then I went to the one in Vegas this year. I'm drawing a blank. I was a speaker there too, and I was going to speak at the eBay Open, but when I got sick in May, I just sent him a note and said, I'm not sure I'm going to be healthy enough by the time it rolls around to do it. So yeah, Boss Reseller Remix. I spoke at that one too. So I like to do them. It just depends upon when our parents' doctor's appointments are, and can I go? Like there's one going on. Is it in Tennessee again?
Yes. Yeah. We're going to be at that one.
East Tennessee.
But
yeah.
We're going on vacation to Duluth, Minnesota. And we do that every year. That's where I went to high school. And so that they don't overlap, but they're too close together for me to do both.
Yeah. Well, if you happen to have another one where you're going to be, just let us know. You can message me on my Instagram now. I would love to meet you in person.
You bet.
So much value given in this short period of time. I want to just thank you again for coming on and being so generous with your time. Thank you for our small channel and just getting started. It means a great deal to us. I can't say that enough. And the experiences that, and I'm going to be continuing to consume your content because there's so much value there. And I suggest anybody else that's just getting started, or if you've been doing this 50 years, give it a try. Look at the content, different perspective. Yeah. Exactly. So make sure you're checking out the ChaChingKing, His Royal Majesty, the benevolent one.
Cha-chinger.
Please do that. Just remember, y'all, if you can't be good at it. And Scott, stick around for just a little bit. Don't sign off yet. I want to talk to you a little bit more, but we appreciate y'all. Have a good night, and thank you again.
Take care, y'all. Stay blessed.
Bye.
Bye.